I'm not sure there's anybody there or whether I'm talking to myself, but I decided today that I really wanted to do something around staying calm and touching in on some mindfulness. I've had quite a few messages off different people today who have been saying that it's really starting to get to them, or actually they've been coping fine, but today they're wobbling. And I thought, do you know what? That's what I thought. I thought, do you know what? I need to do something for myself as well, because I feel a little bit irritated today. I mean, just ask Justin. I'm feeling a little bit kind of not overwhelmed. I'm all right, but I'm almost pacing. I'm almost kind of like can't get comfortable. I sat outside and that was okay, and I came in and did a bit of work and that was okay. And then I'm getting a bit grumpy because next door's making a bit of noise and the dogs are barking and Justin, bless him, can't breathe because that's too loud. So I just kind of, how are you doing, Caroline? Lovely to see you, gorgeous people. But I just thought, do you know what? This is clearly just, it's not just me. So what I wanted to do was almost like a back to basics on mindfulness. Even if anybody has been doing mindfulness for quite some time, I've done it for quite some time, but it's a bit like anything in time. If you don't practice it, we lose it. And the one thing I will say definitely is, without mindfulness, I'm not 100% sure where I would be mentally. The thing is with the mind is constantly going. And this is the one thing I do hear often in classes or through messages, is my mind's constantly going. So what mindfulness does is it helps just to slow that down. Your mind is like a computer. And anything that you put into your mind, any question that you put into your mind, it will go off and find an answer for you. Imagine that you are looking at the M56 from the sideway, or a busy motorway from the sideway. You're safe, just don't worry, you're safe. But you're sat on the side. And I just want you to observe when the motorway is busy, all those cars going up and down, up and down, up and down. What your mind's trying to do is they are the same as thoughts. And what they're doing at that point is they're trying to stop every car, they're trying to stop every thought. And you can imagine that's not going to end well. So that's what your mind's trying to do. Every thought that comes in is trying to answer, analyse, hold on to, throw away, find an answer to. So is it any wonder that we often feel overwhelmed? Now, the fact that we've got going on what we've got going on obviously heightens that. And I think if we've been through, if we've been through anything before, it taps into that. So if we've been through anything where we've had anxiety before, it will tap into that. So what I wanted to do today was just to start probably a series, depending on if you want it or not. If you all disappear and you're like, no, we don't want that. But I thought what I would do, because it'd be really good practice for me. I'm very good at saying this is what you need to do, and then not doing it myself. So what I thought I would look to do is maybe when I do my practice, maybe do it with you. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to have to play with the phone for a second. Just bear with me one moment. Don't think I'm losing my mind. It's just that I can't see what is going on. That's not going to work either. We'll go there. Is that all right? I think I'm still there. That's fabulous. So let's all take a nice, big, deep breath in. And release. There we go. So the idea is, and then just breathe in your own time. The idea is to allow the thoughts to come in, whilst we're learning sometimes along the line not to let them come in. This is something that we need to practice. I need to practice. I'm quite good now. If things are going on, I'm just observing, I'm watching. But if I'm feeling tired or I'm feeling emotional, whatever that may be, and there's a lot of that around at the moment, my own and other people's, it's very easy to get caught up into it. So this is about finding a little bit of time to yourself. Mindfulness can be done anywhere. Absolutely anywhere. There's different kinds of mindfulness. There's there's meditation, which is very similar. Meditation is a guided meditation. So I think that's what we might look at today, is where I will take you somewhere on a guided meditation. So I quite fancy doing a little bit of that today, getting us mentally outside because the weather is so beautiful. So we'll do that a little bit later on. Mindfulness is about learning to be with yourself. Absolutely and truly with yourself. Mindfulness can be sat quietly like we are now. This is a very rare moment because next door has been hammering away, bless them. Dogs are likely to bark at some point. So the reality of just sitting in silence for all of us, we've got a house full of people that we might not normally have, isn't that easy. So I want us to be able to learn this with whatever distractions are going on around us. I think that's really important. So it's about breathing. It's about feeling secure and comfortable with where you are, because that's what mindfulness is about, just being where you are. I've done this before now in the middle of a crowded cafe. You remember those days when we could go out and go to cafes because I was feeling overwhelmed. And sometimes we know why we're feeling overwhelmed, and sometimes it just hits us. Sometimes it's just a lot of stuff that are going on, maybe not even for us, and we pick it up because we're good like that. We pick it up. So this is a little bit of explanation of why our mind gets overwhelmed. But what I want to teach you, because I think that's a really important bit, is how to just kind of be able to have those moments when we're feeling overwhelmed. It won't instantly switch it off. It won't instantly sort it out. But what it will do is bring it down that little bit. And then when you bring it down that little bit, we can tap back into being a little bit more rational. Because I can be exceptionally rational, or I cannot be. And I'll come out with things sometimes, and afterwards I think, what was that? But it was real. At that moment, it was real to me. And I think that's what's going on at the moment. There's so much of the unknown. So it's about, let's keep this in the present right now. So I'm going to ask you, if you're able to find a spot where you feel comfortable. I'm sat in a chair. I've got my feet on the floor. I'm supported at the back. I'm sat on my cushion because I'm good like that, and because I'm small as well. There we go. So just get yourself comfortable. Give yourself a moment. I've got myself a warm drink there. Don't go and do that now. That would have been best for me to say that before. Though you probably do have a moment. If you've got a blanket, put that around you if needs it. Okie dokie. So, now, when I first started doing mindfulness, and my boss asked me to do mindfulness, I was a bit like, yeah, I can do that. And I looked up every book. I've got more books on mindfulness than you know what to do with. I watched lots of YouTube things. And there's so many different ways to do mindfulness. There's people who've got the little chimes, there's people that do it with drums, there's people who do it with the incense, and I think whichever way works for you, works for you. I knew I couldn't do that because I'd end up laughing at myself. I know, it's where I am. Again, know your strengths, know what you are, who you are and what you work with. However, what I have got in the last 6 to 8 months, and I did say I'd never get one, but I do love it, is the most beautiful chiming bowl. Absolutely gorgeous. And I got this because I went on a course, so I can now teach young people in schools mindfulness. So it was a week's course, and basically also it was a full course for ourselves, a full week on how to be mindful ourselves as well, which was beautiful. So they used the chime bowl every day, and I thought, I need to get one. So what we will do is I am going to guide you through, very simply, a little bit of mindfulness. I think what we'll also do is a body scan. These are just words, I know, but I'll guide you through it. Whatever goes on, goes on. The idea is to focus on your breathing. Now, if you've had a very busy mind or we're feeling quite anxious, me saying that doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you're in your bed knitting. I love that, Hyla. That is mindfulness, definitely. Knitting, colouring in, gardening, reading, watching something, having a conversation with someone. This is being mindful because I have to be here present with you. I'm not thinking about what's going on somewhere else. So it's finding those moments. But this one, what I want to do is a little bit about breathing, if that's okay. And we'll do a little body scan. I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to do 3 chimes and then I'll begin. So get yourself comfortable if you can. If you're able to put your feet on the floor on a surface, that's great. Don't worry if you can't. If you can feel your hands rested in your lap, that's right. Shoulders relaxing, arms comfortable. And I want you to take a really nice, big, deep breath in. And hold. And slowly release. Feeling those feet connected to the ground. And in. And release. Take a few breaths in your own time now. Feel the backs of your legs connected to the chair, hands resting. I want you to pay attention to the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Feel free, if you're comfortable, to close your eyes. You don't need to see me to do this, I can guide you through it. Just notice the rise and fall of your chest. I want you now to place your hands on your belly, on your stomach, and I want you, on your next deep breath, which we're going to do together, I want you to breathe all the way down into your belly so you can feel your belly rising and then lowering. So let's do that together, and breathe in down into your belly. And release. I'm not going to show you my belly rising and falling. You don't need that. And again, down into your belly, breathe in. Hold for a moment. And release. And again, down into your belly. And down. And breathe in your own time now. I want you to just focus on your shoulders at the moment and your neck. Is there any tension there? If there is, just breathe into it. And as you breathe out, allow that tension just to melt away. Mine often just runs down my arms, out through my fingers. My feet are still connected. Breathing in your own time. Now I want you all, just in your mind's eye, just to think of a flower. Any flower, any colour. Just think of a colour. Think of a flower. What does it look like? Picture that flower. How are the petals looking? Just really observe it. Is there a stem there? If you was touching the stem, how would it feel? Would there be small hairs on there? What colour is it? If you could smell it, what would it smell like? I'd love to know. Wonder what kind of flowers you all had. Wonder what colour. Mine instantly, actually, when I asked everyone to close their eyes, I got the most beautiful rainbow. But that could well be because I've been talking rainbows all day. Okay, that is called how to visualise. So if you're able to see that flower, you're able to visualise. If anybody is struggling with visualisation, if I said to you, close your eyes, can you see your front door? What colour is your front door? Which side is the handle on the front door? Are there any numbers there? Is there a post box? What colour is the post box? That again is another way of visualising. I have to remember to open my eyes when I'm talking to you. I probably don't need to. I'm quite in a nice place right now. So, this time we're going to do a lovely body scan. And we're going to take our time. I want you to imagine that it's like a photocopier from the top of your head, and that light is going to work its way down, slowly from the top, all the way down, and it's just going to notice if there's any areas of tension or stress. So if you start at the top, just going to slowly work your way down now, down through your mind, past your eyes, just observing, letting go of any tension that doesn't need to be there. Down into your jaw, allow your jaw to relax, your tongue into your mouth, the area between your nose and the top of your lip, let that relax, allow your eyes to relax. That's right. Down into your neck now and your shoulders, allowing that tension to go. Allow it down through your arms, out through your fingers. Let it go. Spend some time on your shoulders. If you were going to put some colour, I know that sounds random, if you were going to put some colour into your shoulders, what would that look like? If it makes no sense, don't worry about it. Let that tension go. Any tenseness in your chest, just notice. Let it go. Down now through your stomach. Just observe. Round your back, round into your hips. There we go. Down into your legs. There we go. Down through your thighs, knees, calves, and your feet. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Imagine your feet have got the most beautiful roots on them. Imagine a big, beautiful, big oak tree. And the roots, big, thick roots going down into the ground. Not just down, but round as well. Big circle and then down, so you feel really secure, really grounded. And just allow anything that's not needed now out, down through those roots. Just allow it back into the earth will sort it out. You don't need to be holding on to anything else that's not yours. How's that feeling? There we go. So, where I'd like to take you today in your mind's eye is to a beautiful walk through the forest. And this forest, anybody who has hay fever or anything like that, it can't affect that. This is all about seeing what you can see and feeling what you can feel. So I want you to imagine the most beautiful big trees, stunning trees, all of the leaves are green. It's lovely. It's that wonderful mixture of warm and cool all together. It's a lovely path that's leading you through. And you know that while you're there, it's safe. There's plenty of light that's there. As you're looking around, there's bluebells, there's ferns. You can hear the sounds of the birds. Take a moment to take a lovely breath while you're in there. Take that moment. Continue to walk. You're walking through this lovely path. It's all even. There's grass on either side. And up ahead you see some light coming through the trees. So you head towards that. Taking your time, with every step feeling more relaxed. As you walk out into the light, you see the most beautiful green field and a lovely oak tree in the distance. Slowly, in your own time, walk over towards the oak tree. Noticing the feel of the grass on your feet and your calves. Breathing in that wonderful fresh air. Feeling alive, feeling good, feeling calm. And as you get to the tree, you think, I'm going to have a sit down. I'm going to sit down and lean against this tree. I need to find a lovely spot. You're just in that little bit between shade and sunshine. It's lovely and warm. The grass, you can feel it under your fingers, on the backs of your legs, and you're leaning supported against the tree. Listen to the sounds of the leaves rustling and the birds that are around. Smell that wonderful fresh air. Take it in. Every breath helps you to get more and more relaxed, more and more calm. Allowing anything that's no longer needed to be there, just let that go. Just let it go. Leaning against the tree, feeling the warmth. And have a look round. You can see a rabbit just through the grass. Just looking at you, its ears are up, just watching. And as you turn, there's a squirrel just going up the other side of the tree. No, you're safe and it's fine, just observe. It's looking at you and you're looking at it, that's fine. Let it go around its business. What else do you see around you? I saw the most beautiful ladybird this morning. Lovely to see those colours. Are there any flowers in the field? Are there any daffodils about? Any snowdrops? Are there any pansies, those beautiful purple pansies? It's always such a lovely colour. Brings you lots of calm and serenity and peace. Just take a moment to be here, resting comfortably. That gentle rise and fall of your chest, knowing it's going to be okay. Allowing those worries and troubles just to relax. Any tension, let it go. Out down through your arms, out through your hands, out into the grass, out into the air, or down through your feet. It's no longer needed. How's that fresh air feeling against your face? You're still warm, you're still safe. What message would you give to yourself while you're in this lovely calm place? What would you say? It's going to be okay. It's all right. We can do this. This beautiful place is always there for you. take a moment. Let those shoulders relax. Feel that connection. That's right. What message are you going to take back with you while you're in this lovely calm state? What can you say to yourself? What's that wonderful message you can say to yourself when you get back? What else do you want to take back with you? This calm serenity. Remembering just to have this 5-10 minutes to ourselves. That's right. I still have that rainbow around me at the moment, so I don't know if anybody else wants to share it. I always think when I see rainbows, it's about colours. Sometimes we need to bring some colours back with us. I always think colours represent energy. So whatever colour you need, and you'll instinctively know, a bit like your flower, just trust yourself. What colours do you need to bring back? Don't question it, just let it be there. Collect those colours. And thank yourself for giving yourself permission to have this time. Just to reflect on where you are and everything's going to be okay. It is. So collect your colours up. Anything else you want to bring with you, bring that beautiful message with you. And slowly stand back up in your mind's eye. Start now as you are to just feel your feet on the floor. Wiggle your toes a little bit. And you're going to walk back now. Back into where you are now. Sat where you are now. Bringing those wonderful gifts of calm and peace and tranquility. Those lovely colours. Come back now to where you are in the room. You might want to have a nice stretch. I always want a nice stretch. Especially after that. Move your fingers round, shoulders round. Bring yourself back in. Rub your hands a little bit, maybe, just so you know you're here. Wiggle your toes. That's it. How was that? How did that feel? I know what we will do. We'll finish off that little part with the bell, just to make sure we're all here. We'll do 3 more rings. I hope that works for you. I would love to do something with you every day or whenever we're able to, whenever you're able to join in. But just know that you can have this peace and this calm whenever you would like it. I'm going to stay on for a couple of minutes because I've got some wonderful mindfulness cards here that I'd like to share with you. So while I'm doing that, if anybody wants to type any messages in to let me know how that went for them, how they're feeling, any suggestions on where we can go next time in our mind's eye. What did you see? What colours were the flowers that you saw? Thank you, Mum. What did you see? How are you now feeling? Or are you still all zoned out? Either way, it's fine. But I want to go through a couple of these mindfulness cards with you because I just think, oh, thanks, Em. I know, I did the same thing with the ball. I am going to bring you all back now. I'm going to start talking normal now just to make sure you're all with me. Oh, Wednesday night class, and I'm going to forward this on to myself. No, we had an episode with the ball once. Oh, we did cry laughing. In fact, Miss Steph did say I better not log in. But I've got to say, me too. I did laugh. I laughed to myself. But how good is that? Laughter is mindfulness. Mindfulness, that's just one way of us doing this, is sitting here, being together. How lovely and powerful is that? Oh, Carol, you're right, we'll do the seaside, definitely. We're all connecting. We're all here. We're all in our own homes or wherever we all are. And we're just here together. I will repost this, I don't know how we'll do it. I'll ask Nick will show me. That was good timing, Nick. Nick will show me. I'll repost this for anybody who missed that. And we'll look to do something, because I know when I used to teach mindfulness, I used to teach it a lot, I was so calm. I was zen-like. Oh my goodness me. Oh, your flower was pink, Pat. Rose. It was a pink rose and pink and lilac colours brought back with me. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Carol, you're right. Laughter is the best medicine. And you have to be mindful when you're laughing, because if you're not paying attention, let's use the word paying attention to the other person or whatever it is that you're watching, then you won't. Beach, I agree, Bev, totally. It's lovely, thanks, Bev. I was 15 different tangents. We call this worreling after me mum and dad. We go off on a story and we come out with 15 things. I am going to go back to just breathing a little minute, because there's about 10 things I wanted to tell you all at once. So when I used to teach mindfulness, I used to teach it a lot. And I noticed I turned into this little zen. It was incredible. So much so, actually, I think I needed to turn it down a little bit. But I know if I'm teaching it or I'm guiding it, I also do it, which is why I sit here with my eyes closed so I can feel it. Mountain walk's a lovely idea. So if I come and do something with you, and I know Nick also teaches mindfulness, that will help me get back into it. And if I'm in a better place, then I'm able to help as many of you as I can. So if we look to do something, and I'll let you know how that's going to go. So I've got these incredible mindful activity cards. Oh, I like this one. So mindful activity, are you ready? Think about something you've learned so far today or this week. I think we've all learnt lots this week. Try to remember everything you can about what you learned. So, just thinking about it, what have you all learned this week? And I'm going to have a drink of my hot Vimto. Anybody at any time? Anybody learnt anything this week? Oh, I'm just going to have another drink of hot Vimto, so feel free. What have you learnt this week? What incredible things have you learnt during this time? I've just sent you all out, haven't I? I've literally just chilled you all out. Well, I've learned compassion. I've learned that whatever it is the bit that tips you over the edge. Isn't silly. Whatever it is that's worrying you, then just own it. Don't tell it off. I've learned that it's all right to laugh. I've learned it's all right to be silly. I've learned it's all right to create a new world. To be grateful for what we call normal, absolutely. Emma, I totally agree with you there. That is huge, because gratitude, to be grateful, you need to be mindful. It all comes together. To appreciate everyone and everything. It's true. Where were we this time 2 weeks ago? It's amazing to not have to rush about. The calmness in every day is amazing. We're all in this together, even though we're apart. It is. It's such a beautiful gift, and I say that lightly because I know there's a lot of stuff that's going on there, and there's a lot, there's people that are poorly, and there's people that have lost their lives, so I would be really careful with that. But if we can get lots of silver linings out of this, that actually meeting up with friends, chatting on the phone, going to classes, sitting with whoever, that, lots and lots of laughter, absolutely, Mel. That is, what a gift that is. It's just beautiful. And this time that we're having together now, which, do you know what, we're usually too busy to have. That's a beautiful one, Carol, that people are kind even at this hard time. A lady paid for a friend's shopping because she'd forgot her bank card. It is the acts of kindness. Oh, enjoying your own company. I do, actually. I got a bit stressed today because there was just noise in the house. I'm enjoying communicating with others, even though I've never met them. You're right, Pat. I've already met new people. It's beautiful how we're bringing each other together. I mean, tonight at 8 o'clock, I know you already know it's all happening, but at 8 o'clock they've asked us all to go outside, open the windows, and just big round of applause for our NHS staff. And I just think, how incredible is that? At one point, we obviously know they're there, and we've always been grateful, but not like we are now. Not like we are now, that these people are putting their own lives and their families' lives and health at risk to look after us. And do you know what? We're paying that by looking after ourselves and staying in and following what we're supposed to follow. So what a fabulous card that one was. Let's have a look at what else we have in here. This one's talking about touching your right. Do I want to do this on a live? Touch your right shoulder with your left hand and touch your left shoulder with your right hand. Hang on, I could be here a while. Leave your hands on your shoulders. Oh, okay, I can do this. And take 3 deep breaths. Notice the way your arms feel. Are we ready? The last one. Did that feel any different? I'm not sure. But I like the fact that I'm not sure. That's all good. Sometimes we think we have to have an answer or we have to know right away or, oh, I must do it. It's not. It's just be curious. That's such my word at the moment. Just be curious. Oh, this is a nice one. Place your hand in front of your mouth. Be careful, not to your face. Blow air onto it. Is the air warm or cold? It's quite warm because I've just had hot Vimto. Try to breathe in different ways to see if you can make the air feel differently in your hand. Ooh. I hope you're all doing this with me and I'm not just doing it on my own. You're right. It won't be the first time I've done stuff things on my own. Okay, this is a nice one. So I'm going to invite you, if you choose to, close your eyes and try to remember everything you can about your bedroom. What colour is it? Can you remember all the furniture? Can you remember where everything is? And slowly come back in. How are we all feeling? I'm feeling better, I have to say. I hope you all are, because I am. If not, thanks, right? Because I'm feeling much better and much calmer, and I got a feeling it will probably make a more pleasant evening for my husband. Oh, he went out before, and I think he told me he was going out, but I didn't hear him. And then he got in the car, and because he had to go and pick up some dog food because we didn't have any. I know. It was the only thing he did do, and he didn't tell me he was doing it. Oh, and I got really upset because he left without me. That is just, it's madness, isn't it? Things that would not normally bother you, even contemplate going into your mind, but just little things that can upset you. Just be mindful of them. Just recognise them and think, right, okay, that's okay. So if it's okay, I'm going to finish there. It is good to see you all. Thank you. I will let you know when I'm going to do the next one and what we're going to do it on, because I'll mix it up between kind of mindfulness and other bits and pieces. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.